Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we beat the Fire Temple, took care of Volvagia and both the Flare Dancers, saving the rest of the Gorons and awakening Darunia as the Sage of Fire. And in this episode, we're going to clear out the whole of Death Mountain. That's right, we are going to be taking care of Death Mountain Crater, Death Mountain, and the rest of Goron City. Starting off with this boulder. Because with the Megaton Hammer we can now get rid of the bronze or brownish looking boulders. The silver ones we still cannot deal with yet, but the brown ones we can easily deal with just with a couple of whacks of the Megaton Hammer. So, if you come over here, if you remember before we went to the Fire Temple, remember Navi was telling us something about this nick in the wall that we couldn't reach? Well, now we have access to it. Sadly, these brown blocks take 2 hits from the Megaton Hammer, while the yellow ones only take 1, but the yellow ones can also be blown up with bombs, so that doesn't really matter. But yes, a great fairy fountain is in here now. Seriously, what can I say about the great fairies now? I've pretty much used every single joke. I mean, the only other joke that I could make is if the game decides to use any weird camera angles or stuff that just influence the jokes a lot more, even if they've already been made. Wow, that arse is pointy. I know I've heard about a bony bum, but that is ridiculous. Welcome, Scatlink. I am the Great Fairy of Wisdom. I'm going to enhance your magic power. Receive it now. Yes, our magic power is getting doubled, and the green sparkles are coming from her left armpit. Strange, but okay, if that's what... If those are the juices that give him magic, okay, I'll take it. I'll just have a bath in Lake Hylia later. Whoa! We did not need to see Link's non-existent nether regions. Bloody hell. Your magic power has been enhanced. Now you have twice as much magic power. And that time it was in red. And bloody hell, pointy boobs. Can we seriously have any more weird camera angles? Yep, of course. As soon as we finish, we get a zoom in of nether regions. I'll just keep saying that. But yeah, we've got double the magic, which means we can now kick butt with almost anything that we have, which is, well, Fora's Wind. We can't really do much with that now, can we? And the way I use the spin attack completely nullifies it. But once we get rid of this rock over here, well, over here, I just destroyed it, Blair. It's because I had a bit of a burp coming and I couldn't speak fast enough. Once we get rid of that block, we've opened the way to the top of Death Mountain Trail and Goron City from within Death Mountain Crater. That must have been a yellow rock because that only took 1 hit from the Megaton Hammer. I know this, so don't think otherwise. Because we're actually going to see it in action later when we can actually see a bit of colour other than the colour red. And now we can go grab this heart piece. I mean, I guess you could, like I said, grab it as a kid, but I would only recommend that if you have a lot of health and your health is maxed out. Because, like I said, your time is dependent on your energy, and yeah. But hey, I just got another heart container, so that's just awesome. What an excellent way to start off the video. Okay, climby, and I think that's all I can do in here for now. I know that there's another heart piece in here. And a gold Skulltilla, because we need to do something with the magic bean patch. But that can be left for later, because we need to be a kid for that. So we've got to come back anyway. And hey, we have the below fire to warp in here, so traversing this area as a kid may not be so tedious after all. And that's a thing. This place is infested with fire. How can these wooden bridges survive against the heat if living beings spontaneously combust over a certain period of time? Maybe those bridges have got Goron tunic fabric in them? I don't know. That could be possible. Maybe they have the same fabric. But anyway, we need to go back to the boulder room, so I'll meet you guys there. Because you don't need to see me ascend to this place, because that can take a little bit of a while. And I'm back. Navi has something to tell us. Let's look for someone who might know something about the other sages. Well, we know that Sheik knows something about the sages, but Navi has no clue where to go next, so you're kind of at a loss. So now you would, like, explore areas that you've been before, and see if you can grab any new information. We know that Death Mountain is near Kakariko Village, so that might be a good place to check next. But yeah, as you can see, like I said, the yellow rocks only take 1 hit from the Megaton Hammer, with the browns take 2, and no matter how many times you hit the silver ones, they will not break. But if we make our way all the way at the back here, and I don't think jump tags do anything either. No, they don't. We come across a chest that is completely useless, because unless you have empty room in your wallet, it's another 200 rupees. There's only like about 3 or 4 of them in the game, and every time you find them, you're pretty much maxed out on money anyway, because you never have a use for it. At least it ain't Twilight Princess, where if you do have a maxed wallet, it's not, you can't grab it in the chest, and it will just be left there. Because that really does get annoying when if you've ever watched my first Let's Play, which I think you should. It's my first LP. Didn't go exactly excellent, but I think it went rather well, and I'm pretty proud of it, so whatever. What am I saying? It went excellent. Don't judge me. Anyway. Enough of that blabbering on. We want to go over here, because now we can actually get the gold skultillers I was talking about when we were last in the area. Whack it. And there's actually a gold skultilla right behind here, but it needs to be night time. There we go. Up here! And there you are! And gold skultilla token. Excellent. Now, if you've noticed that the captions may look a little bit different from usual, that's because I normally put those captions in Windows Live Movie Maker, and then I change it to widescreen in Sony Vegas. Well, I do the captions in Sony Vegas now. Pretty much I do everything in Sony Vegas now. Windows Live Movie Maker is nothing to me now. It served me well for my first set of Let's Plays for last year, but for this year, it's all Sony Vegas now, and onwards. Unless something goes catastrophically wrong, and the only way I can do stuff is Windows Live Movie Maker. But yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, because we now sealed Volvagia, this place no longer erupts when you're adult Link. If you come back as a child, of course Volvagia is alive, so the eruptions will still continue, but as Volvagia no longer exists, we can now explore here without any worries, and we can also take care of these boulders, which there's not really a need to, except for the final one, because that's where our gold skultilla is, right behind this rock. Hello, give me my golden substance. Nom 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 tokens. And with that, I think we're pretty much done with Goron, well, Death Mountain Trail at least, and I believe, yeah, Goron City and Death Mountain Trail are done, but we're missing one, and that's in Death Mountain Crater, like I said. It's with the magic bean. We need to go back there as a kid with a bottle of bugs and a magic bean, and then we need to come back as an adult again to ride the bean in order to get that piece of heart. Kind of tedious, I know, but what can you do? You have Bolero of Fire, so you don't need to try and progress through the area as Kid Link on a time limit. I mean, it's not even possible because you need the hook shot, and that bridge is still out when you're a kid. Oh lord, I'm getting Indiana Jones once again. Yeah, bad English site where. Whack that. And yeah, I think we should go to Kakariko Village. What do you say? Geronimo! Yeah, I took damage. What the hell? Oh yeah, and if you, like I said with the torch slugs, if you use the Megaton hammer against, well, near Tektites and hit the ground when they're on the ground as well, of course, you can flip them over, and then you can hit them and instant kill them. But then again, you should normally do that anyway when you hit them. So, it's just a little thing, I guess. I just wanted to show that off. Now, to actually progress the story, which I want to do right now, because I'm not exactly going to do it at the moment, because I actually want to do the dungeons once again in a different order. But this place is now raining. Why is it raining? Well, even if we talk to the people, they're not going to be telling us anything. This place is definitely in trouble. So we're going to have to come back later to sort this out. Now, what I want to do, and what you have to do, is actually leave Kakariko Village via the Hyrule Field, and then you want to go back in, because otherwise the cutscene won't work. And hi, Epona. Anyway. Yep. That eruption has set the place ablaze as soon as we left. That's what the raining was about. Must have been thunder strikes, the eruptions, and the sort. This place is ablaze! Everything's a-burning! Rings of fire. Luckily we have the fire tunic. Sheik! That's who we were looking for. As soon as we left, he evacuated the area. Get back, Scatlink. Whoa! What the? I'm ready for you. What the? I love this. Whoa! Oh! Face plant into the ground. Sheik, are you okay? And what's that pixelated mess? I'm ready for you. Oh, it's coming back. Come at me, bro. Don't do it, Scatlink. Bleep. Wow, what the hell happened? Was that like a light? Looks like you're coming around. Scatlink, a terrible thing has happened. The evil shadow spirit has been released. Impa, the leader of Kakariko Village, has sealed the evil shadow spirit in the bottom of the well. But the force of the evil spirit got so strong, the seal of the well broke, and it escaped into the world. I believe Impa has gone to the Shadow Temple to seal it again, but she will be in danger without any help. Scatlink, Impa is one of the 6 sages. Destroy the evil shadow spirit and save Impa. There is an entrance to the Shadow Temple beneath the graveyard, behind this village. The only thing I can do for you is teach you the melody that will lead you to the Shadow Temple, because it's been previously inaccessible unless you played this music. Pretty weird, I know. This is the melody that will draw you into the infinite darkness that absorbs even time. Listen to this, the Nocturne of Shadow. Yep, and even in this dire hour of need, and an evil spirit has escaped and went to the Shadow Temple, we still have to play music in order to actually get there. And yet, it was right with us the whole time. You have learnt the Nocturne of Shadow. Let me take care of the village. I am counting on you, Scatlink. Yeah, and by me taking care of the village, it's gonna freeze you and then run away. Jerk. But yeah, let's go play that music, shall we? Yep, of course, we have to hear it again as soon as we learn it. It's that annoying. But yeah, we want to walk to the graveyard, so let's do it. It's also pretty handy when you need to go to anywhere in the Kakariko Village, but you learn it so late, you hardly ever have to come back here now. But yeah, notice that we're in a different area in the graveyard. Where exactly? Well, it's been added to the map. We are literally right above, like what I said when we were here last time, I believe. That, right there, is the royal family's tomb. We are literally right above it. And if we go down this ominous stairway, and the torches just pop out of nowhere, yeah, we've got a fire puzzle here, and even fire arrows is not going to do the trick. We need a new spell. And guess what? We have finally got a reason to go back in time to do stuff as a kid in order to get into the temple. We need, dare I say it, Din's Fire. We need Din's Fire. And this is the point where I normally get it, because this is the point that you actually need it in order to progress. And even though it does help in the temples that we've already done, like in the water temple and such, I normally go get it now, and while I'm walking, I can just easily walk there with the Prelude of Light. I do not have it yet, do I? I just played a song and we don't even have it. Lol, I'll be back. Oh yeah, and by the way, if we come back running through here, once again it will be all stormy until we beat the Shadow Temple. But funnily enough, I am going to actually do the Shadow Temple right now. In fact, even though I'm going to go back in time, and obviously I'm going to be spending a few episodes as a kid, I'm not going to be doing the Shadow Temple right after we do what we got to do as a kid. Instead, I'm going to go to the Spirit Temple, funnily enough, as spoilers, because I want to, once again, do the dungeons out of order just to show how much freedom you have in this game. And I normally do it that way anyway, because I find the Shadow Temple the hardest temple, and the temple after that, the Spirit Temple, is actually easier, but getting to the temple is more annoying. And I'd like to get that out of the way. So, and not only that, we'll also have all the warp songs. So now that I've explained my reasoning for that, I'll meet you back at the Temple of Time, even though I'm almost there anyway. Granted, I could have just saved and quitted, but where's the fun in that? So go right past here, back into the Temple of Time, where we're actually going to be doing a paradox reversal. And yes, Sheik has met us here. He's always here, regardless on if you've just met him or not. As soon as you beat the Forest Temple, he will be waiting here. You destroyed the wicked creatures that haunted the temple and awakened the sage. But there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains, which I've already done, underwater, which I've already done, and even through time, and that's what we gotta do! If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time. So she actually explains to you when you should go back in time to progress the game, when you've done the other two temples under the water and on the mountains. By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years. The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I will teach this to you for when that time comes. The song to return you to the Temple of Time, the Prelude of Light, which is why I played at the bloody graveyard, but I forgot that I haven't learnt this yet. Doy. It can show you that, see, my plan does have problems. I forgot to actually get this when I next loaded a file to start back where we ended the last episode on. So this was kind of my own fault. Well, of course it's my own fault. I'm playing the game. Duh. I'm just being an idiot now. This temple is the Lord of Sparkle, Sparkle, Sparkle. It is literally Alec Baldwin as the Temple of Time. It's official. In the Zelda universe, anyway. As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, you hold time itself in your hands. Scatlink, we shall meet again. Special Deku Nut, Magic Jutsu. And Deku Nuts never do that. But now with that out of the way, time to go back in time. Yes. Paradox Reversal. I was going to play the Back to the Future music there, but then I might get moaned at, so I'll see what I can do about that, because I really want to do that. I'll probably use my own remix that I made on Right Make Retro Bits. But anyway, yes, we're a kid again! With all this heart containers from when we first picked up the Master Sword. If you check your items, you can tell that all the items that you've gained as an adult, other than the empty bottle somehow, you can still use. Going all the way over here, we still keep all of our equipment, we can still dive, we can't use any of our boots, tunics, we can't use the Master Sword, of course, even though it still is in our inventory. Somehow. Maybe we have a residual time paradox thing going on, but I have no clue. Goron Sword, of course, we can't use, so yeah, we're pretty much just what we were as a kid. So now, we actually don't want to warp anywhere, we need to go to Hyrule Castle to get Din's Fire, and we can also finish off that area for Gold Skulltulas. I thought I would take the liberty of cutting that travel out, as well as switch my Mask of Truth off for the bombs, because we need them in order to get Din's Fire in the first place. And yes, I know there's a gossip stone up here and I haven't shown them yet, but there's still one gossip stone that I want to show off, and as we're now a kid again, and we can see Hyrule Castle in all of its glory once again, because we haven't actually explored this area as an adult yet, and there's a reason why I haven't. I mean, Ganondorf's the king of evil, so Dory, where do you think he's gonna be? But yeah, we need to go over here into this dead end, because now we can actually get rid of this rock. And no, this place isn't exactly the same as what it is as an adult either, so you have to get this as a kid. Unlike most areas. And yes, we're going with the second Great Fairy Fountain in a video. Hasn't been done before, has now. Plays Zelda's lullaby. This is supposed to be the second Great Fairy you go to, because if you remember when you get the magic power first upgrade on Death Mountain, when you climb it after Dongo's Cavern, that Great Fairy actually gives you a clue to come here, because Din's Fire is actually a very helpful attacking spell as well. So it's like pretty much a power bomb. It's when in doubt, power bomb out in true Metroid fashion. So that's kind of the thing. Welcome, Scatlink. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. I will grant you a magic spell. Please take it. So far, no suggestive camera angles in this one, even though the position she's in is a little weird, but whatever. Come on, give me the spell. And Din's Fire. You got Din's Fire! Its fireball engulfs everything. It's attack magic you can use with C. Indeed. This is what we need in order to get into the Shadow Temple, and it's what we need to progress. You can use Din's Fire not only to attack, but also to burn things. Yep. So, this Great Fairy, funnily enough, even though it is out of the way, is required. I know I've already said that a bunch of different ways already throughout this video, but yeah. Okay, so now that we've got that, and we don't actually need to use it at the moment, I will meet you in where we met Talon. Squadala, I'm back, guys. Yeah, the place where we first met Talon, the Mario ripoff, also known as Malon's dad, we need to go back over here, right to this tree specifically, because now that we have both the Rumble Pack, bombs, and or the Song of Storms, there's a rumble here. You need to play the Song of Storms right here. Yeah, it's not like we're going to attract any soldiers with the Ocarina, no, because they're deaf and blind. Because playing the song here makes a grotto appear, and what's this grotto contain? The last gold skull tier of this area that requires bombs to get. And this is the area where the infamous infinite gold skull tiller glitch was found. Basically, you got to do like a tricky boomerang where you got to do this tricky technique, which you chuck your boomerang towards the token while targeting it, you backflip into the warp, and at the same time you grab your boomerang back, which gives you the token. And if you come back into the grotto, the gold skull tiller is still in here, but you are able to, well, you've already gained that gold skull tiller token even though it still exists, because you interrupted the thing after the character went up, but the game didn't save in time that you already killed it. So, in turn, that pretty much makes this one the infinite gold skull tiller. But for the sake of this 100% walkthrough, I'm not going to do that because I'm not an idiot. And plus, it also breaks the counter and you can literally get 999 gold skull tillers, but I don't do that. And with that, I think we'll end it for this episode. In the next episode, guys, we will head back to Kakariko Village. No, we'll actually do some minigames at Hyrule Castle and then we'll head to Kakariko Village. See you guys then.